The Arm Barn in Kansas City has not been off to a hot start, to say kindly. The Royals currently hold the worst bullpen ERA in the majors at 6.6 and the second worst WHIP at 1.67. Shout out to the White Sox, though, for saving the Royals from being dead last in both. The Royals lost MLB saves leader from last year, Carlos Estevez, to injury in his season debut after he gave up just 6 runs and recording 1 out. His replacement, Lucas Erceg, who has been phenomenal since joining the Royals in 2024, has had 2 of his last 3 outings end in blown saves, where he said he was, quote, atrocious, end quote. The bullpen struggles are absolutely not just on the closers, as they continue to grasp at straws when turning to new faces in the bullpen.
Coming in at number 5 and starting us off, the only pitcher on this list, the Toronto Blue Jays, the World Series runner-ups and American League champs, go out and get themselves an ace. Dylan Cease going up north of the border, 7 years, $210 million. This just might be the piece that gets him over the edge. Eli, who do you got at number 4? I want to start with who I think they're going to feel the biggest loss from, and that's backup catcher Freddie Fermin. Fermin now starting in San Diego, but while he was here, the Royals kind of had a 1B, 1A thing going, and now they're without their 1B guy, and it's just 1A, which Salvador Perez is a great starting catcher to have.
Very loyal guy here in Kansas City.
Absolutely, but I just wonder at 35 years old if that volume with just him being behind the plate is going to be too much for him to withstand.
Yeah, it's a good point.
But, who do I think is going to be the most helpful? I think that's outfielder Mike Yastrzemski. Yastrzemski, since coming over in the trade, he's been here for 24 games and has led off 16 of them. And in those games he's led off, he has 3 home runs, which is absolutely mind-boggling to me. And so he's just been an absolute huge help to the Royals offense as a whole. And when we're talking about the World Baseball Classic, we can't go any farther without mentioning the 2026 WBC champs, including starting pitcher Luinder Avila, catcher Salvador Perez, and third baseman Maikel Garcia. We have Maikel Garcia, where he beat out stars all over the world and won the 2026 WBC MVP. Overall, a very successful tournament for your Royals on Team Venezuela. Don Vagley, Jayhawks ace, takes the bump tomorrow. If he can limit the free passes, which he struggled to do at times this year, the Jayhawks are going to have a lot of success tomorrow against the Tommies, and hopefully this crowd will be rocking again. Well, in order to continue that domination they've been on the last couple of years, they need their offense to take a step forward from last year. Now, lucky for them, help is on the way. They'll have star wide receiver Rashee Rice come back after he finishes up serving his 6-game suspension, as well as a plethora of rookies, including new left tackle Josh Simmons. Fast forward 32 years to 1966, when America's team, the Dallas Cowboys, enter the picture. Since then, the Cowboys have always played the second game of the day in the afternoon, following the Lions' morning game. This is the way it was for 50 years until 2006, when the NFL added a third Thanksgiving game. And you use the word 2-horse race, and I think one horse is a lot more out in front than the other horse in this race, and that's Aaron Judge. Let's not get cute here. Aaron Judge leads the league in batting average. He hits .325. On base percentage, slugging, OPS, WAR, WRC+.
Yeah, the craziest thing is we've covered some loaded teams, but we still might not have even mentioned the 2 teams that could be playing in the final of this whole thing. That's where we get Venezuela and the Dominican Republic. Welcome to Pool D. It's going to be a clash between those teams for the top spot, although there are 3 other teams in the pool, of course, including Israel, Netherlands, and Nicaragua. Now, wow, that was a lot. Mentioned on experience and Dallas getting more experience, and that's exactly why I'm going with my pick, and that's why I'm taking the Colorado Avalanche. You got Nathan McKinnon, Cale Makar, 2 studs who have been there and done that before. They've already won 1. It's the same group of guys. They're the President's Cup trophy. They've done it all year long.
You think they're going to break the curse?
Yeah. I noticed when I was looking at this, 2012, 2013 Blackhawks, last team to win it as the President's Cup trophy. I think, why not? I think this is the team that gets it done.
Well, I think what you're saying about the Big 12 and the ACC, I think however many those bids get is all based off Notre Dame, and I don't think Notre Dame should get in. Now, I think they will, but when you look at their schedule, their 2 biggest games of the year came at the very beginning of the season, and they lost them both. Since then, they have played the worst team in almost every major conference in college football between Arkansas, Purdue, and Boston College. And yes, they beat them, but they've played bad teams, and they've beat up on bad teams, and I just don't think they should be rewarded for that.
Number 3, staying on the dirt, or I guess you could say turf, right? That's how baseball is now. Up the middle, second baseman Ethan Hindle. That's a sick grab. Backhand and the glove flip. My favorite part about this play, also, check out the umpire right here. Another maybe top play candidate. Boom! Punching him out. That's good stuff. Get this guy into big leagues. Let's go. Number 2, hockey. Islanders, Panthers, Matthew Tkachuk. This is one of the grossest goals I've ever seen. You got to see this one in slow motion to really appreciate it. Between the legs, bar down. I mean, how do you even pull this out in a professional hockey game? That's unreal.